Hey, this is Crypto Ice. Today I want to talk about the difference between being myopic focused and macro focused. In the medical field, there's a term called myopic, which means nearsightedness or short-sightedness. And I think it was appropriate with the pandemic that we're in, and we see everyone with masks on, and it's almost like we have these masks on, not just physical masks, but like emotional masks, investment masks. I'm going to explain my story and maybe that'll make sense. So back in 2008, I was doing what everyone else was doing, just trying to fit in with the crowd, right? Going to college, get my job, get a house, because that's what people do to try to show they're grown up and mature. I just happened to get a house right before the 2008 crash. And it was such a blow to me because it was really the first financial significant loss in my life, right? And there's this term called asymmetric loss aversion. So in this book, you guys probably know, I study people like Warren Buffett and others just to learn how did they do what they do for such a long time. Whether you like him or not, he has been successful. One of the things it talks about in that book is asymmetric loss aversion. The fact that the pain of a loss is far greater than the enjoyment of a gain. In other words, investors, they feel twice as bad about losing money as they feel good about picking a winner. Now, I felt that way when I lost this house, right? I went from an open-minded, eyes open, trying to improve my life financially to just putting on my emotional investment mask. You know, for the next 10 years till 2018, I was kind of on autopilot, going to work, coming home, eating, sleeping, talking with friends, doing all the normal things, but I was not open to investment opportunities. I wasn't open to any kind of financial opportunities. And it was because of that loss aversion. There was something about it that just made me want to not look at opportunities. I even had people come to me with opportunities and I shut them down pretty quick, or I just ignored it. You know, I could have, after the 2008 housing crash, I could have had some financial opportunities with maybe, you know, getting another house and letting it appreciate as the market goes back up. Or the stock market for the last 10 years from 2008 to 2018, if I would have understood that there's market bull runs and bear runs, bear markets, and that we were just, with inflation, going to go up over time, then I would have, taken more advantage of that. But my focus here is that I had the mask on, and all I could really see was in front of me. I was not taking the advice of investing in my own financial education. So I just want to hear from you. Feel free to leave in the comments below. I'm very interested to hear about your loss aversion moment, because I think a lot of us can relate to this. Something in our life where we had a financial loss and then we closed our eyes off to opportunities. We see this in the last bull run. I have friends that will have nothing to do with the crypto space because they bought into Bitcoin at like 20K and got burned, and instead of keeping their eyes open and learning from it, they just walked away and tried to avoid it at all costs. Well, the great irony of that, I believe, is when the next bull run comes, they are going to repeat history, right? What do we hear? If you do not learn from your past, you are doomed to repeat it. Some of these friends that will not talk to me about crypto because they have that loss aversion, they will, after their friends and their neighbors and everyone gets in, they will likely get in again, and they might get burned again because they have very little knowledge. They have not taken the time to learn from their pain. So that's my purpose in doing this video. I want myself and all of you that are in this space to win. And to do that, you've got to learn from your pain. So tell me how you've learned from your pain. How have you learned from your loss aversion experiences? Okay, so in 2018, that was my pivot moment. That's where I went from being a myopic, focused person that's just, going through the daily grind on autopilot, just doing what everyone else is, to reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad for the first time and recognizing that I had the inflation mask on for the last 10 years. I had my money sitting in a bank rotting with inflation, and it finally dawned on me what inflation was doing to my money. And I still think there's a lot of people with the inflation mask on. Once I figured that out, then I was looking for opportunities. I had my eyes open. And isn't it amazing when you have your eyes open to the universe, opportunities come your way? I did not want to buy a house at an all-time high real estate market, so I looked for other opportunities, and lo and behold, one of my friends came to talk to me about crypto. That was 2 years and 4 months ago, so I am all in this for quite some time, but just goes to show that when you open your eyes and you're willing to learn from the pain, the universe will bring you opportunities. I'm a true believer in the law of attraction that way. So let's talk about a few more things, okay? So I want to hear how, since you have a simple choice to either close your eyes when you have a painful financial experience, or keep your eyes open, learn from it, and you will eventually benefit, okay? We see, I'm not here to tell you that I am a professional macro investor. I am continually striving to be a macro investor. And none of us really truly are, because there's so many layers to being a macro investor, right? I was preaching inflation for several months, and only recently, in the last month, did I learn about deflation and how important of an element that is to our investments. So you just got to keep learning. You got to surround yourself with people that are macro investors as well, striving to be a better investor. So I would love to hear from you. Tell me your pivot point experience. If you've gone from myopic focus to macro focused, what was your moment where your eyes were opened? Because all of us that are here are contrarians. You are not just an early investor. I believe on that bell curve, you are an innovator. You're part of that 2.5% of the world that's in this crypto space before the other 98%, right? So you're an innovator. There's something that has caused you to open your eyes when most of the world has their eyes still closed. So I would love to hear, how did that happen for you? And please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1K so I can start my charity to fight human trafficking. Thank you for all your support. We'll talk to you later. Bye.